Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I've got an episode of Sniper Sunday, the series where we're going to be playing the recon class, testing out different strategies to be effective with this class and using semi-auto and bolt-action snipers. Today I'm using the SCARH SV DMR. The SV stands for Sniper Variant, as there is already a SCARH in this game. And for my gadgets, I'm running with motion grenades and C4. This is certainly set up to be more of an aggressive recon class. I thought I'd give it a try, and I actually had some fun with it. Now, as for customizing the SCARH SV, I've been using the stubby grip and the muzzle brake. I like the muzzle brake on DMRs, especially when combined with a stubby grip, because it's not really affecting my overall accuracy, but it's helping me control some of that vertical recoil, and that allows me to essentially fire the weapon faster and still maintain my sights on target. And that's just something that you have to do with DMRs in this game, because their damage output, although is decent per shot, they are semi-auto, so you have to put a lot of shots down range in order to drop your targets. And that's exactly what I'm doing right here. You'll see I'm going to drop down here. I've got a lot of leg shots, and rather than take my time and make sure each shot hits, I'm just kind of spamming fire in the general direction, and it certainly works. I get all three guys behind those air conditioners. I use a couple of different one-times optics during this video. I won't be going beyond one-time sights for pretty much any DMR, because this weapon platform is about volume of fire versus accuracy of fire, and that's just something that you got to get used to with this platform, because most of them do below 50 damage per second, so you're gonna have to hit somebody 3 times to take them down. Now, we might see a little bit of a change up once the SR338 comes out with the new Naval Strike expansion, as that one is not classified as a DMR, but it is a semi-auto sniper rifle, and I have a feeling that that one might be a little bit more of a precision weapon, although we have to wait and see when it comes out. Now, when playing in team deathmatch or domination game modes with the recon class, obviously you're at a loss compared to some of the other classes that have really good gadgets like medpack. So you have to make sure you take advantage of your gadgets with the recon class. Absolutely throw your motion sensor grenades whenever possible. Knowing where your enemy is honestly, if used right, a much better gadget to have than actual regenerating health. And frankly, if you're paying attention to your minimap or sticking close to teammates, you can find med packs around to regen your health if you ever take some damage in a firefight. You'll see here that I'm using motion sensors a lot to push up across this ground here, so I feel pretty confident moving up, and I know that most of my enemy threats are to the forward and right of me, so I'm getting ready to engage those threats now, throwing another motion sensor grenade, and that's showing me that there's a guy in this crate right here. So I was ready for this guy before he even came out. The downside is that, of course, you have a limited number of motion grenades, but I urge you not to be stingy with them, because in any sort of game mode, your lifespan isn't particularly long, so you may as well chuck them out while you have them, rather than being stingy and having somebody sneak up on you. Worst comes to worst, you run out of motion grenades and you're just now a normal soldier without any particularly awesome abilities. Doesn't mean you can't kit switch, it doesn't mean you still can't do well without them. So here we are on Operation Locker, lots of close quarter combat. You'll notice I'm not really out in the snow much. I'm certainly trying to play this class more aggressively, and the motion sensor grenades are perfect for Operation Locker because it's got very defined paths. So you chuck out a motion sensor grenade, you can predict exactly where your enemies are, and you can anticipate exactly where you need to be to get the better of them. So don't ever take somebody on head on, or at least in a situation where you think they know exactly where you are. And we've managed to anticipate all of these enemies coming in here, and we're able to thwart them. You'll notice that almost every single one of these guys that I'm killing are the assault class. They're running assault rifles. They're trying to play a kit that's going to be very effective on this map, and I'm still able to take down a huge number of them, finally trading here with an Ace 23. Now, the great thing about DMRs is that even if you are running an aggressive kit, you can still play defensively if you get stuck out in the open. Here I'm trying to cross this road, but there's no cover between me and the double stacks that are in front of me. So I'm stuck behind the truck, and I'm still able to do really well at long range. It's not the longest range weapon. I am going to be outgunned by actual bolt action snipers at extreme ranges, but other than that, I am in a beneficial situation even if I come up against guys with assault rifles or machine guns. One thing that it is important to remember with this class is that you aren't that strong on your own. It's always beneficial to be working with teammates, or at least them take some of the fire off of your back. Other classes can solo a lot better than this class, especially a suppressed class with an assault rifle or something like that. You can certainly do really well on your own, but this class isn't necessarily what you want to be in the very front lines with. Again, I have a very aggressive style for this video, so I'm going to be in the front lines a lot of the time, but you'll notice that I'm not just running out into the middle of enemy lines. I'm kind of pushing up into good defensive situations rather than just pushing up right into the middle of the action. Now, as the class name suggests, reconnaissance really is the key to staying alive with the recon class and doing well with the recon class. Even if you're not throwing out motion grenades constantly, remember to check that mini-map. I see here that there's guys all around me, so I'm trying to basically thwart their flank before they sneak up on me. But again, I get a little bit too much in the front lines here, and too many guys pop around that corner, and I'm not able to deal with all of them. Paracel Storm is actually a difficult map to play correctly because there's a lot of big open areas, there's a lot of destructible cover that later in the game can leave certain areas of the map completely exposed, and then there's some big buildings which are sort of a ruse in a sense, because you think, oh, there's going to be good cover in that building, but there's lots of ways to die in these buildings, or often you can run up in one and the battle shifts to the other side of the map, and here you are just stuck in this giant building with nothing to do. Now, because the combat is often so fast in those buildings, I don't spend too much time in them, because even with motion sensors, it can be a little bit hard to guard all of your flanks. Now we're on the final map of this video, and I am playing on Dawnbreaker, but rather than hanging outside and using some of the longer range areas, we've kind of gotten trapped in around A point. We went really aggressive to try and take A point, and the enemy just had many numbers. So I'm dying here from grenades, but I'm getting revived, and I'm just trying to clear out the corners, try and work my corners, expose myself as little as possible. You'll see that I definitely have teammates around me, so I'm not a one-man army by any means, and I'm trying to expose myself a little bit less than them. Just peek out just far enough from corners to get a kill here or there. Again, an 320 gets me, but I get another revive off, and you're going to see me just work the corners, work the hallways, and not expose, and that's really the key to this class especially. You can, I mean, it's good advice for any class essentially, but some classes are definitely meant for the front line and taking on the brunt of the force. This one, you'll see that I have soldiers that are in front of me at all times. Now, I didn't discuss the SCARH too much this video, but one of the most important statistics about it is its reload speed of 1.85 seconds for the short reload. This is going to allow you to use it in extreme close quarter combat, get those reloads as fast as possible, and not get caught with a mag out of your gun, which is very important for any combat situation, but especially in those extreme close quarter situations. Ultimately, I found this to be a fun and effective loadout. Give it a try. The motion sensors are really the key to this class. Make sure you throw them as much as possible. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.